Objects are a key concept of object-oriented programming. That can't be too surprising, it's in the name. But what are objects? Let's revisit classes first. We now know what classes are. Classes are pretty much ideas and blueprints. And if you're anything like me, you'd agree that just ideas are fun and all that, but don't get you anywhere. Luckily, we can use these classes to create actual instances. Objects are also called instances, so you can use these two interchangeably, and Java people will understand what you are talking about. I briefly mentioned what they are already, but let's see what they are in a bit more detail first. And please mind, this can be tough to get your head around. I'll try to make it as easy as possible, and once you do understand this, you've made quite a step in Java programming, or any OOP language in general for that matter. The concept of object or instance might need some explaining still. I'd like to stick to the house and blueprint metaphor here. When we have a blueprint, we can create a house based on that blueprint. And we can create another house based on that blueprint. And another one, and so on. All of these houses are based on the same blueprint, but they're not the same houses. For instance, they have different addresses. Every house has a different address. And also, different families are living in all these houses. And details may differ, such as the color of the door, whether or not they have an extension, the type of kitchen, etc. You probably get the point by now. This blueprint and houses metaphor also applies to classes and instances. We can use a class to create an instance. An instance is the actual object that's made based on the class. For example, if the class is user, the instance is the actual user where all the fields have values. We can have multiple instances of the same class. They are all different objects of the same type. Let's move over to IntelliJ and see how to create instances based on our account class. So first, I'm going to create a separate class. And I'm going to call this class main. And in this main class, I'm going to create a main method. Don't worry about these details for now. We'll dive into this later. But we need this main method to be created in instances of our account. Well, we could do this in any method actually, but let's create it in this main method right now. So what I can do right here, I can create a new account using our blueprint of account, the class account. And in this case, I'm going to call my account account1, and it is of type account. And in here, I'm going to create the actual instance with the keyword new. I'm going to say new account. And this is how I create an instance of my type account. In the next video, I'm going to talk about class members in more depth.